All right, hello everyone, and my name is Mathura Kannan, and I'm the CEO of ETRS Group, which is a social business incubator based in Southeast Asia. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to be speaking at the Global Game Changers Summit. It's truly an honor, and I'm very excited to meet all of you as well. So today I'll be sharing a little bit about a character or a value that I really care about, which is giving back. And I think it's something that everyone should be making as a very important part of their life. It should be as important as thinking about your happiness, your wealth, and your health, and your relationships, and all of that. You should also be spending an equal amount of time thinking about giving back to society, to community, to the causes that you care about. So, how do we make it a way of our life? Why should we make it a way of our life? These are some of the things that I'm going to be sharing about today. So one of the things that I think I come to realize over the years is that most of us tend to look at giving back as a very reactive thing. It tends to be something which is only if we see like a crisis take place, or a huge problem or a challenge comes up, then we start looking into like, oh, maybe we should give back and help out people. Maybe we should be going and supporting these people who really need the support. It tends to be only happens when there's a crisis, or when a group of people are already supporting a cause, are already going out there and kind of like giving back. Then we kind of feel the pressure, the peer pressure to kind of like do the same. So then we step up and do it. Um, but the problem is this: when we do give back because we see the symptoms of an issue, or there's something happening outside, and our senses saw it and we decided to give back. If you do it very reactively, it tends to not be sustainable. This is why, if you notice, many people would start off by supporting certain causes. There have been many campaigns that has taken place over the years, supporting various campaigns, various causes that they care about. There have been times where the cancer research was the biggest deal. I think even at one point I was participating in this ALS campaigns as well. There's been many causes that comes up and down, but they do not tend to sustain in most people's minds, because we tend to go into those causes because on a very reactive manner, because we saw something, our senses got engaged with something. If you truly want to make a change, if you truly want your giving back to have an impact on people, on society, on the community, you should be looking into how you can make it sustainable. So, in my personal experience, or the people that I've met with, and worked with, or people that I've seen have successfully given back, are the ones who have made it a way of their life. It has so ingrained in their day-to-day thoughts, words, and actions that it is not a separate thing anymore. And because of that, over time, cumulatively, their giving back tends to have tremendous amount of impact in the people around them and the people that they choose to give back to. So here are some of the questions that I personally started asking, and I think you should be asking as well, to kind of frame your mind as to how you can start making giving back a way of your life. So the first question that I like to ask is, what should I give back? Because if you do not start entertaining the thought of that, hey, I do have things to give back, I do have things to share with people. If you don't start thinking about this, you will not be able to kind of like start taking action to actually start giving back. So, what should I give back? The easiest thing that most of us can do is actually giving back our time. Many of us do this. Some of you may be volunteers who have actually spent time to kind of help out the causes that you care about. It makes a tremendous amount of difference. Personally, the work I have done in ETIDs and a lot of other things that I work on, they would not be possible if people did not volunteer their time. It truly makes a difference. What can actually bring it to the next level is expertise, actually sharing your expertise. I'm personally someone who's good at finance, numbers, accounts. I like organizing projects and events and managing people and all of that. So these tend to be my expertise. So when I give back my time, so focusing on the things that I'm good at, in focusing on my expertise, it tends to leave a much bigger impact. So giving back not just in time, but giving back in your expertise makes a huge difference. Other than that is sharing your experiences. It's absolutely important to share the experiences that we have gone through, not just in work, in the things that you have applied and whether they have succeeded and all that. I think it's also very important to share about your personal life experiences. The randomest things that you've gone through in life will actually serve other people. And it's absolutely important to ensure that you are truthful when you share these experiences so that they do not kind of like create a very biased view with your experience. Most of us tend to sugarcoat things when we share our experiences, but it's important to be truthful. Of course, be diplomatic about it, but truthful, uh, so that the person who is listening to your story, who is listening to your experience, is able to really process what has taken place and really understand, and they do not have a distorted view about what took place. It is absolutely important as well. The other thing that I like to talk about with regards to giving back is actually resources and connection. Resources and connection are things that many of us would have accumulated over time. If you, the longer you live, the more of these two things you're going to have. I know people who have built so many amazing relationships with clients, their friends. They're just so amazing at making friends, and they take a lot of effort and time to make it happen. So for this group of people, letting somebody else into their network, letting somebody else connect with the people that they know may be a huge risk because you did put in a lot of time and effort to do so. But let's be honest, most of us may not have the same opportunity to have the kind of connections that certain people have. You may wish, like, I wish I had the chance to be able to connect with this person. So, similarly, there may be people who are looking into the connections that you have and say the exact same thing. So, be open to the idea of maybe the people that I know are something that I can give back, something that I can share with the rest of the community as well. That tends to open a huge array of opportunities for people. Other than this, resources, I have been blessed to witness the generosity of people. I've had people who literally share their homes with youngsters who may not have the liberty to have their own homes and they need a place to stay. I've had people who give away their cars so that the young entrepreneurs are able to drive themselves around to get their job done. I've had people who literally give away their gadgets so that they can, some young entrepreneurs are actually able to do the work that they do. So giving away the resources that you have also makes a huge amount of difference. Of course, not give away everything that you have. That's not what I'm saying here. But being open enough to understand that, hey, this is just a small device for you, something that is negligible for you, but for somebody else that will make the world of a difference. So be open-minded enough to share your resources as well. The last, and of course, one of the most important things is financial empowerment and providing opportunities. These two things, I think, is something you need to be very, very careful about, because if done in a wrong manner, or if done without proper thinking processes, you may make a mistake of providing financial opportunities, finance and opportunities for people who may not be able to handle it. So when they do receive this, it tends to cause more harm than good. So you need to be very careful when you start considering giving money and giving opportunities for people. You need to really understand whether the individual has the right experiences, right knowledge, and right character and attitude to kind of like take in those resources and make it work for themselves. But of course, in terms of somebody who's giving back, it's also very important to understand that the giving back in terms of finance and money makes a huge amount of difference. When you do empower people with this resource, they can do wonders. So as much as you may give your time, as much as you may give your things and your connections and all of that, also look into giving back with regards to money and opportunities, because these two things can bring the giving back experience to a whole new level. So as you start thinking about what should I be giving back, what can I give back, what do I have, what can I share, as you start asking these questions, I think you may have other questions as well that comes up in your mind. I think the one of the things that I feel is very important to address is, when should I be giving back? So for me, when should I giving back is actually more important than what should I be giving back, because if you apply the answers to when should I be giving back correctly, you will actually successfully make it a way of your life. So for me, there's a few things, few ways I look at it. For example, on a day-to-day basis, giving back is a part of my life. How do I make it a part of my life is by ensuring that my time, my expertise, my experiences, and even my resources and connections, these are things that I have made into kind of like a habit or a practice to give back on a day-to-day basis. It's part of my work. It's part of how I do my job. By being CEO of Vitalis Group, so it's a group of entrepreneurs. It is required of me to look at how can I share my resources to help all of these people. How can I give my time to make them successful, make their venture successful? It is absolutely important for me to think about this on a day-to-day basis. That's one of the things I do. But even like financial, let's say, I think it's not something I would like to be sitting down and calculating every day. Maybe today I can give away this certain amount of money. I don't want to be doing that. So what I have done is making it something on a monthly basis as I pay my regular monthly expenses like my phone bill and my rental and all of that. Giving back is part of it. It's just one of the many items and things that I have to pay out for, and it's going out. Just as I put my savings, the same amount of diligence goes to giving away and giving and supporting the causes that I care about monetarily. Many times, if a crisis strikes in terms of financial, the first thing that we move is actually our giving back in terms of monetary. But I think it's absolutely important to ensure you do not stop completely. You may reduce it when you have tough financial times, but increase it back. And the moment you start earning more than what you are currently earning, also increase how much you give back as well, so that amount does not stagnate. Other than these two things, I think the other area that I look at is significant growth. Many times, as you work on your goals, you will experience significant growth. For some of you, the significant growth will be a bonus or a high sudden pay rise, a promotion in your job. If you go through that, be willing to share your time, your resources, your experience, and all of these things with the people around you. For some of you, it may be suddenly you are faced with more attention. There's media who's meeting up with you. There is individuals who are inviting you to speak at places. Many times we will bask in this amazing moment. We will take in whatever that's going on, but we will forget that it was the community that made it happen for you. So it is absolutely important to bring the community up together with you during these moments as well. And last but not least is, I think, my personal favorite is giving back when the help is actually needed. Help will be asked. Many people do ask for help, and it will be at the most inconvenient timings. There have been times where people have asked me to kind of step in and help out for their events and all of that. And that's the day I'll be having the busiest day of my life. I'll be like meetings lined up. I'll be dead tired from a busy week. And the first thing I want to do is say, no, I am not going to help. I'm so sorry, but I have things going on in my life. But if you do so, you are giving more energy to the I'm going to take care of myself first. So it is at these moments you really have to take a pause, really think about, is there any way I can rearrange my time? Is there any way I can help them out in any other possible? Maybe I can find somebody else to help them. It's very important to keep your mind open to the different options available when help is sought. All right. Of course, it's very nice to talk about all these things. It's very nice to talk about what and when I should be giving back, but to put it into practice and making it sustainable is a whole new challenge. So here's my take for making your giving back into a way of life and making it sustainable, and that is to ensure that your circle of influence, or the people who influence you, your friends, the people you spend your day-to-days with, make sure that they are also individuals who live by this rule, or who actually embody giving back as a way of life. That is what has successfully made me to change my habit patterns and make giving back a way of my life. If I had spent time with a different group of people, I can assure you this is so not the topic I'll be speaking about today. So for me, I've been blessed to spend time with people who have made giving back their way of life. And because I spend time with them and kind of like interact with them on a day-to-day basis, my environment has influenced me to make it into a way of life. So to kind of end my session today, I would like to bring all of your attention to a quote that I absolutely loved. When I read this, I was definitely mind blown. And I think it's very, very relevant to today's topic. So it's from Oprah Winfrey. I just read it out to all of you. You cannot continue to succeed in the world or have a fulfilling life in the world unless you choose to use your life in the service somehow to others and give back what you have been given. That's how you keep it, that's how you get it, that's how you grow it. So, all of us have been blessed with many opportunities. We have been given many things. We may not see it so, but we are blessed to be in this event and talking, meeting each other, and talking to each other. So, give back what you have been given so that you may continue to grow and experience life on a whole new level. So, I wish all of you the best. Hope you had a great time listening to my session and enjoy the rest of the Global Game Changer Summit.